I remember I had a hearing not so long ago, and they were really convinced that I had a personal agenda with the official. And I'm just like, but I'm not going to allow us to lose our case, you know? Most cases, or in most times, trade unions are actually like they adults and they men. I've never had an encounter whereby I was in a one-on-one with a female. It's always with males. So I'm a young female, and some of them might come with an agenda of, I can never answer to a female. I can never answer to a young person.
Welcome to another episode of Sisters in Conversation. I'm your host, Nompilo Nyandeni. I'm an attorney by profession and the founder of a platform called Sister in Law, which is a platform dedicated to empowering women through legal education. On today's episode, I'm joined by the lovely Nompilo Nyandeni. Nyandeni. Yo, guys, we had to practice her surname for like... And I was saying it right. She just doesn't want my Soto accent.
No,
she
just have to say, yeah.
Yo, yo. You remind me of my Afrikaans lecturer. She used to be like, what? My surname? What was her surname?
Van Herden.
No. Yeah, I'll remember it, but she used to be like, yeah, dit is a broek hier.
Yes.
I was like,
You need to pronounce it properly. Imagine someone says DB
the whole year.
DB
I forgot her surname. I loved her though.
Imagine someone says DB
Oh, welcome to the show.
Hi, finally here.
Finally here.
Yes.
Thank you for honoring the invitation.
Likewise.
Flying all the way from Durban, so you could be in studio because you didn't want to be on Zoom.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Drama queen.
No, listen. It's not your brand, yeah?
I've been
telling you.
like, especially my guests who don't stay in Joburg. Like, of course we can do it via Zoom. It's just that you didn't trust your data connection.
No, I do trust my data connection. It's the inconsistency that just gets to me. 1 minute we're in studio, the next minute we're...
Yes, we're not producer. Oh, thank you you
Hi,
so much
already?
though, for honoring the invitation.
Sure.
Yo, we laughed a lot before.
I laughed a lot before you.
You killed me when I was supposed to just start. I was like, not this cartoon I'm with today.
Please, then tell me that I am funny.
No, you not today. You are serious. You are at least 60% serious today, which is great. Which is really great. I appreciate that we're going to engage in some serious conversation. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Nompilo. I feel like you know every single question I'm going to ask you because you've watched every single episode since the beginning of time. Thank you so much for your consistent love.
And not you being so sentimental.
And really just showing me that support is a doing word. You are the verb of support. Thank you. I really love and appreciate you.
You're so cute.
Yeah.
For the first time.
I had to say that on air so that people think that I have a heart. I'm very tough on her, guys. I'm very tough on her.
No, you are.
This is one of my original mentees, guys.
You
When
are.
I didn't know that people cared about what I had to say, she asked me to be her mentor.
This is back in when?
It was before COVID, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 2019.
I was still a baby.
Yeah, you still are a baby, but you're a bigger baby now. But yeah, so she really saw something in me.
I saw potential.
You saw potential. Great.
From afar.
Yo. And then she forced me to be her mentor. So we are here today.
Okay.
We're here today.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Nompilo? Where did you grow up? Siblings? What was your upbringing like, man? Where did you go to primary school, high school? Take us to the beginning.
Okay. Hi, everyone. How y'all doing?
I told you 60% serious.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Nompilo Nyandeni. I am 28 years old, born and bred in KwaZulu-Natal, a small town called Ladysmith / Mnambiti. Others say Mnambiti. I have got 2 siblings from my mom's side. a little sister who's doing grade 10, and my brother who's doing his third year. He's studying LLB as well. And then my dad's side, we are a village. There is about, I think, 19 of us.
The last time you
The last, yeah,
I'm just
somewhere
saying, 'cause
there.
you know, with men, you never know.
You know
like,
what?
If there's 19 of you, there's probably 2 extra ones.
Yeah, because, I don't think we'll have any new siblings. He passed on.
Oh, okay.
So that's it.
Okay, so the ones you know are 19.
Are 19.
Okay, all right.
And then I have siblings, which God has blessed me with. But 5 of them, and everyone else who's in the body of Christ, whom I refer to as my siblings.
Your brothers and sisters.
My brothers and sisters in
Thank you.
Christ.
That would be me. I would be one of those. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So did you grow up with interaction with your other siblings from your dad's side of the family? What was that like? Was it like during school holidays? You guys are like sleeping on the floor? Like, was it packed? Like, how was your your childhood, your fond childhood memories?
Yeah, a huge Sabawell, but no. My dad's children all lived at his home, and I lived at my mom's side of the family. Not really like close with them. I think because of just the distance and African families and their interesting lives. So the only memory I have of me as a child going to my dad's side of the family was at a 21st birthday party and funerals. That's it. But other than that, it wasn't. There was no like relationship or anything
Even now
like that.
in your adulthood, you don't have a relationship with your other siblings?
You know what? I'm in a group with them,
Like a family
like a family group, but it's archived.
Oh, so you guys don't speak often on the group?
I mean, they do speak, but like I think once you, like when you don't know someone or people like that, especially at this age, you just can't like, okay, so guys, especially, I mean, my character, I can't.
Because you're a bit of a nutcase. You're a bit of a nutcase, so you can't be yourself. Okay, that's interesting. And primary school, high school life?
So I went to Limital, combined school in primary. That's when from grade 1 to grade 9, and then grade 10 to grade 12, I went to Harvest High School. Primary was very interesting. I was one of those kids. Others would refer to it as a teacher's pet. I don't think that's true. I was just intelligent. I mean, people love intelligent people.
That's true.
You know?
That is true.
Yeah, so if you're not really in that space,
Also,
you would
like
really
people
think.
just call you teacher's pets because like they just want to be you.
Oh,
I'm just thinking.
Okay.
Like, sometimes in primary school, high school, whatever, we were mean because we don't know how to express that.
Yeah.
We are inspired by you.
That's true. That's
So the
true.
only way we can express that inspiration is
Yeah.
just saying like, dumb
Get teacher's
stuff.
pets. Yeah, I had bullies as
being
well.
bullies,
Yeah,
yeah,
like I had
yeah.
bullies, and I literally did not understand why. Because I remember in grade 7 when prefects were chosen, and then so they called out prefects, and I think my name was second to last. So like almost everyone was like, they're just hoping I don't make it. They're hoping I don't make it. And then when my name was called out, someone was like, Ngishilo, and the class was just like. And I'm like, guys, what did I do?
Oh,
I
so-
promise.
yeah.
So primary was very interesting for me. And then when I got to high school, you know, when you're just trying to fit in and you just really don't know yourself. But I had really good friends.
High school is a little bit of an awkward.
Yeah.
Because you high school, you like, it's that transition where well, for me,
Yeah.
I was leaving my boy phase. Like, I looked like a boy in primary school. And then it was difficult because now there's like puberty in the way as well. You don't know who you are. Am I a boy? Am I a girl? Like your looks are just, high school was a little bit, But it was my best years. actually.
Really?
Looking back,
Really?
we had so much fun in high school. Even just laughing at teachers in jail.
Is it?
Just being a menace. Being
Really?
a menace at school. Being a menace at home.
No,
I
I
had the
didn't have
best
that.
life in high school.
No, for me, high school was also very interesting. I think also in the midst of me trying to fit in, there was a little bit of bullying also there, like just amongst the group as well. So it was like high school was just also one of those years for me, you know. I was just like, oh, okay, and then got over it, and that was it.
Then how did you make your tertiary choices? Is this something that was informed by like grade 9 subject choice, or like how did you make your choices?
You know what? Growing up, I've always wanted to be a doctor, just like any other child. I mean, majority of South African children, okay?
Okay.
Majority of South African children. But then I did not know that I needed to do math and science. So when it comes to numbers, I'm a very interesting character. And then in the midst of it, I wanted to be a social worker because I'm like, I want to help people. I just want to work with people. I want to help people. So I know that I applied for social worker. And then at some point, my mom was like, you must study law. And I was like, okay. Wow. I was just all over the place, to be very honest, to an extent that I don't remember what I actually applied for tertiary.
You don't remember what you... But what do you think the choices might have been?
Social worker was definitely there. Law was definitely not there.
Okay.
And I don't remember everything else.
So what did you end up studying?
And then I ended up studying public management and economics.
So what are you doing here?
And then now that's the plot twist, yeah? This is the plot twist. Public management and economics. And that was just, you see when you go look for space in tertiary, and then they actually tell you, no, there's this. And then public management was a qualification whereby you could work with people. And I remember I was like, I want to work with people. I did not know what on earth that was, where it would take me, but I did it anyway because, I mean, I'm in tertiary and that's the most important thing.
Committed, yeah.
And I'm committed, you know. And then I did that, and my friend was also pushing me because I had just one friend in tertiary, also a very quiet life as well. And then how I got into law was that I started doing my internship at our local municipality. And then I was doing my internship. 8 months, if I'm not mistaken, in my internship, I was called into the general manager's office. And they're like, there's a space for a legal services clerk, and we'd like for you to act in that position. I'm like, huh? And they're like, no, you can do it, you know, because I'm like, please just give me some time and think about it. So I went back, I thought about it. I actually told my pastor about it, and I was like, so this is happening, and he's like, sure, go for it. I'm like, Dad, I was like, just go for it. And then I came back, I'm like, okay, guys, I'll do it. I had no idea what on earth I was doing. And then like, great, you're actually going to start on Monday. This was a Friday. I'm like, huh?
How long ago was this?
I finished my qualification in 2017, so 2018, 19, just before I met you, actually. Because I think when I met you, that was when I had actually started acting as a legal services clerk.
But I feel like when we met, it was through doing a mock interview because you were looking for a job at a law firm.
Yes.
As a legal clerk, right?
As a legal secretary. It was a paralegal position. Yes. So it was before then.
Okay.
So because when I then started acting, I was like, oh, actually, this is very interesting. I guess my mom was right. And then I decided to do my research a bit because I don't like getting into something full force, not knowing exactly what it is that I'm doing. And then I came across Paralegal Practitioner qualification. I'm like, oh, okay, this is somewhat lawyerish. Let's just see where it takes us. And then that's when I studied my Paralegal Practitioner qualification via UCT. And then I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh, okay.
How long is the course?
It's a year.
Okay.
So I did that for a year. And then I was still acting as a legal services clerk then. And then while that was happening, that's when the position actually came about, the law firm position.
Okay.
Mid all of that.
Yes, okay.
And then I had that, and then that's when we started talking. And then after some time, I was then moved from the legal services, just with the civil cases, to labor law now, employment law. I fought it at first because I was just like, the only thing that was in my mind was trade unions.
Yes. Yep.
I'm like, no, I'm too soft for that. I really can't.
I'm just a baby.
And my gym was like, you can do it. You got this. I'm like, where on earth is all of this coming from? And then I was like, okay, fine. And then I went and I started working at labor law, employment law. And then I did a 6 months certificate for employment law on top of the paralegal now. Because now I need to, sharp, you'll believe in me, but I need to find myself. And I'm just actually like, okay, let's see. And then I've been in employment law since that time. Trade unions. At least now I don't deal with them that much because then I move jobs and it's quite interesting.
I love this because, I always really just push using this platform to share, the different journeys that you can take in the legal industry, in the legal profession. And I feel that this show we've been able to just about speak to everyone, magistrates, commissioners, advocates, attorneys, lecturers even. But I've never spoken to a paralegal. So thank you so much for coming to speak to us. I asked how long the paralegal course was, but also to a listener who's just not sure what to expect or anticipate, what is the application process like?
Yeah.
Do you have to have good grades? What subjects can one take in high school if they want to pursue that route?
The application process for me wasn't as tedious. I need to cough.
Okay. Excuse me. That's okay.
Okay, thank you. The application process for me wasn't as tedious because I studied math, business studies, and then I literally I don't even remember the APS, what exactly they needed at that time.
But this was UCT, ne?
Yeah, this was UCT. It was an online. I did it online.
Did it help that you already had a qualification? Maybe?
It did. Yeah. It really did. Yeah. I think also that was a huge advantage as well. And also I was working. So maybe there might just be a slight difference from someone who's because I know UJ offers a paralegal qualification for 3 years, and you do need business studies, math, English, of course, and I think they need an APS score of 24, 25, if I'm not mistaken.
It's probably changed since.
Yes, definitely.
Wow, thanks.
It has
Am I a
changed.
fossil? You're definitely a fossil.
Trust me, it has definitely. A lot has changed. A lot has changed.
I'm sure.
The APS, I think that's what they require.
Okay.
And then for me, because it was a long distance thing, so I think it also differs where you do it, how you actually want to do it, and so whatnot.
And what are your daily tasks what's your current role?
Okay. Currently, I'm an investigating officer. I'm in the labor relations section.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's park it.
Yeah.
As a paralegal, what were your daily tasks looking like? What did they look like for somebody who's trying to pursue that career path?
Yeah.
What did a typical day in the life of a paralegal look like?
Sure. So a day in a typical paralegal looked like, obviously, the admin aspects of things. You really need to have your admin to the T.
Imagine.
To the T.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you mess that up,
you are definitely,
Because if you mess it up,
Yeah.
your whole life is a mess. I'll just take maybe we have a matter, for example, a grievance. Obviously, you need to follow all processes of a grievance processes. The official will come in with their grievance form. They'll obviously hand it over to you. They'll fill in all the details. You'll have to assist where need be. Fill in that form, and then you start and you open a file for that grievance process to actually unfold. And then you have to organize meetings between the official or with the supervisor or with us first, depending on the merit of the case. Then after having to organize that, you obviously have to sit in during the interview at the meeting, write down all of the minutes, draft them down, and then obviously put them in the file. So you're busy, you have to have your correspondence in check, update the official how far is the grievance, Should they want to pursue it any further, you have to be the one who actually pursues that. You get all the documents from the official that they've pursued this further. Bargaining council is what is mostly utilized in government spaces. And then you correspond with them. So your supervisor, who is not a paralegal practitioner, just gets information from you. That, hey, on this particular day, we've got this conciliation. This is the matter. This is what happened. If you were the one who was actually sitting in for the meeting or the interview and your supervisor was not there, so this is what was said, this is how the meeting unfolded, and then they'll take it from there to be like, okay, they can take the file and then they'll go present the municipality. So you basically do the groundwork, make sure that the case has got a solid foundation, so by the time a supervisor takes it, they don't have to start from scratch having to find out exactly what happened, why, who's involved, which parties are involved, and how far is it. They just need to speak based on the merits of the case, what you've presented to them.
So you've basically organized their file for them. For them to basically argue.
That's true.
That way.
Yes.
That sounds very admin intensive. But like I said, you are clearly the girl for the job. When you speak about admin and organization skills and all of that, you are definitely the girl for the job. So what... is the role also sort of like a personal assistant? Like, are you managing diaries of your superiors? Are you typing for them? Is it similar at all to a personal assistant?
No, it's not. At where I was at a municipality, my supervisor had his own diary. He managed his own time and so whatnot. I was just focused on the work. I was just managing his time with cases. But okay, so we have this. This is what came in. This is what you're going to do. This is when I need you to be available. Are you available on this day? What are you doing? Da, da, da. But in terms of knowing that at 9 o'clock there is a meeting, he handled all of that himself because there are different positions and different positions have got PAs.
Okay.
Yeah, so my supervisor did not need a PA, but a clerk. Whereas my general manager needed a PA. I've acted as a PA for him. So he did not need a clerk, but just a PA. So it differs with the position that you're actually holding within the municipality, your roles and responsibilities, and how that needs to be carried out. So for us, he just needed a clerk, obviously, for the groundwork, and then everything else. We just take it from there. But he was really good because at some point, I started attending conciliations all by myself. I started attending arbitrations all by myself. He just trained me along, like he'd take me everywhere, literally take me everywhere. And then at some point, he's like, Nompilo, you can handle this. I'm like, no.
Okay. All right.
So
I love that. I love that. When I think of a municipality, I think of like old people, actually. So was your workplace relatively old? And if so, how did you navigate? Because I can just imagine that at that time you were, obviously younger.
Yeah.
And how did you just balance that out, being young and sassy and energetic? Honestly, when I think of municipalities, like your fathers and mothers. Opas. Yeah, like, okay, I've been here for 30 years.
Yes,
How did you manage those kind of relationships?
You know what? I think you just honestly need to have a very bold character. Outside of work, I'm a mushy marshmallow. But inside my workplace, I'm a totally different person for whatever reason. So in terms of how they communicated with me, I set that standard to be like, okay, we are at work and this is how we're actually going to communicate. I was the youngest throughout the whole municipality.
I told you. Just old.
I was the youngest. But also I was not a pushover in the same breath, because had I been that, I was definitely not going to do anything because I was just going to be all over the place. I'd even end up making tea. I hear people saying, when I got to municipality, I was making tea. I was sent to tuck shops. I've never.
Because
I set the tone. And, I'm here to work.
Established your boundaries early.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've never experienced that side of it. They just saw me as this young person who's determined to actually work. And they trusted me with quite a lot, because that's what I was there for in any manner, to work and to be the best person that I possibly can be. And that's how they actually saw and perceived me, and that's how they actually treated me as well. So I just didn't get that thing of being, hey, I didn't get that. Yes, I was a child, but once you put a responsibility or a task in front of me, they trusted me enough to know that it will be carried out, it will be done properly as well. To an extent that my general manager, whenever I'd bring something to him, he wouldn't read it. He'd just say, I trust you. And he'd just sign it off. And he'd just hand it back over to me. At first, I was like, batung. And then, my gent. And then as time went by, that's when I realized it's okay. If I make a mistake, he's going to sign a mistake and we're all going to get into trouble. So now that's an added responsibility on my end to make sure that everything is properly done. Yes, because he's just like, I trust you. And then he just signed it off.
And during your role, that specific role, what were some of the challenges that you encountered? And what was some of the rewards? When were you just like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm the girl that I think I am.
Challenges. It's the culture.
Yeah, because they're old.
The culture.
What was it like?
Oh. You know what?
Was everything like playing in slow-mo?
You needed it 2 times.
Yeah. You wanted to press times 2.
To be like, let's go. You want to guys, let's go, let's go.
When you're at work and you wanted to go.
To go, okay, just get to the point already. Like, what's happening?
Sure,
the culture is
that
just
sounds like municipality.
Yes, man. Like the culture is just, we've always done things this way. This is how we need to, and also
so
it's just
rigid.
Yeah, like there's just a lot of politics as well involved in it.
Yes.
So at a municipality, most times you can't really. Okay, everyone says go about the books. There's consultations, so it's those are the challenges. I think that's one thing that really got to me. It's the political side of things and just the culture. I could not. I was just like, no, because it really got to a point whereby I was very unhappy and frustrated. And going to work was just a tedious task to do,
It was a tedious environment. I can imagine.
You just get then everyone is complaining.
I love that, then that's exactly how I pictured municipality. Like, so I'm not wrong.
If you work at a municipality, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, it's okay if you work at municipality when you're like 47.
You know what? It's people within the municipality as well actually say it's like a retirement place.
It's a retirement. What? They say what?
It's a retirement place.
Yeah. That's exactly
So they motivated me to leave. Now and again, whenever they'd see me, they're like, hurry up and leave. But you're still very young to be here. Yeah. Like you're still very young to be here. Leave. But I mean, we're in South Africa. So you just work where you actually get a job, Like just leave. You have to leave. And I'm like, I'm trying, okay? Just leave. So they also really do motivate young people to go out there, to explore and not just be stuck at this place that's
at
just,
the retirement village.
At the
And you see your current role, private
investigating officer.
Investigating officer.
Yes, that's what I'm employed, investigating officer.
And how did you find yourself there?
Very interesting. My aunt just sends me a lot of applications. And when I open them, nope. I just look at them. But this one time, I decided to open the specific one that she actually sent to me. Actually, she sent me 2 stuff. I've opened them and I've been successful on both. So she sent me this one. I opened it. And I'm seeing labor relations. I'm like, okay, let's see. Investigating officer. It's in Maritzburg. I'm like, okay. It's at a government department, not at a municipality. Okay, let's see how this goes,
Municipality, government. Okay. Let's keep going though.
There's a difference, trust me.
Okay.
So then I applied. With me applying, I was just like, oh, okay, let's just see how this goes. And then I received a phone call. I'm shortlisted. I'm like, huh?
Shortlisted to what?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you need to come and speak English, you know? I'm like, okay, now that's into that. I started like getting excited. I'm like, okay, this is it. Might possibly just leave, let's go. And then that's when I had my interview at the department. They seemed to then like my English, I suppose.
Okay.
And that's how I got in.
And was it, it wasn't a difficult interview? Like, you don't remember sort of struggling through it?
You know what? If you struggle, you just compromise, eh? I mean, so you improvise. You just improvise. You just see what you say. I know that I don't remember the exact questions, but there were 2 questions that really rocked me. I was just like, so...
Yeah, and when you change your posture, yeah,
you must know.
That's when I know, no, man.
I was
it's
like,
not make sure. Yeah.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you for
it's
the
when you
question.
say thank you for the question or when you repeat it.
Yes.
What do I believe I can contribute to this company?
Thank you for the question.
Yo. Just know.
And then you know it's bad.
Just know. When you repeat the question first, yo.
No, that was me. Those 2 questions,
Yeah.
I literally was just like, oh my days. But looked like I made it.
You made it.
I made it. Yeah, and then I received an email that were like, hey.
Okay, and how different is that from the previous role as a paralegal?
So right now, I still do the paralegal duties and my supervisor's duties.
Okay.
So now I'm a 2-in-1 with my current role.
I hope salary, it comes in twice. You can carry 30 and then you carry 1.
Lord, hear my cry.
Yeah.
No, man, shame. Salary is just once a month, you know.
So what does a typical day now look like for you?
My job, I love it.
Okay, I love it.
I honestly love my job. Now I feel like, you know what? I'm a working girl. Like I'm an adult, you know. Like people literally depend on me, which is scary between you and I.
Yeah.
But they need answers from me. And the department relies on me to actually win cases on their behalf. So that's also quite scary. Now I'm an actual adult, you get. So now I obviously do the admin work. I have to make sure that my files are properly done. But also I represent the departments when it comes to cases. When we've got formal disciplinary hearings or informal disciplinary hearings. And if it's a matter that I was investigating, I represent the department. Now, the difference is that I do investigations before we actually go to the hearings. So an official has misconducted him or herself. Example is that they wrongfully claimed from the department, then that obviously is taken to the head of department. The head of department then says, Labour Relations, please handle this matter. So legal services is divided into different units. There's Labour Relations, then we have the civil matters whereby they do all the criminal cases. So we just divide it into 2. And then Labour Relations deal with this matter, and then our supervisor will then decide who needs to get that case depending on the merits of it and how difficult it actually is. And then they actually give to whoever is handling that matter. And then I look at the file, what it contains, basically what they had actually told the head of department. Then now I have to go to the official who's implicated and whoever is involved within the information that is given to me and investigate and hear their side of the story as to what had happened. So if it's the official, I need to hear what happened with you having to like claim this amount of money. And because there are policies involved and there are procedures involved, and they need to go to the finance department, guys, how does it happen, or what's the process when one needs to claim? With the transport section, guys, what's the process in terms of having to maybe utilize a vehicle, and how does the claiming process happen? The supervisor, because they need to sign your claim form. So this person bought this, they were claiming this amount of money. What happened during this event? So then I collate all of that information. I then compile an investigation report, and then I present it to the head of department with my comments and my findings and my recommendations. And then
this is all internal disciplinary.
Yes,
it's
internal
not stuff that you are preparing, like in preparation for like a CCMA trial or whatever.
They do refer it should they not be happy, but what I'm talking about right now is just internal.
internal,
Yes, it's the internal matters. Then we obviously send it over to the head of department, and then head of departments, should she be happy with the recommendations that are brought forward to her, and the case is quite convincing, she then signs it off to approve it, brings it back. And if I recommended that this person needs to be subjected to a formal disciplinary hearing, and then I started that process by having to go back to the official that an investigation was conducted against you, and it had found this, and we are thinking of actually subjecting you to a formal disciplinary hearing. Please, what do you think? Then we hand them over for written representations. Now they need to try to convince me not to actually pursue the disciplinary proceedings. And then I'll take that response, the investigation reports with all of the answers or evidence that I've collated, and then I decide whether should I carry on or not. And if I decide that I should carry on, the response that I actually received from the official isn't convincing enough, and then we carry on. Obviously, we consult the head of department to be like, this is what we've received. What do you think? Because in any manner, the decision lies with her. I'm just recommending. But should she be like, yeah, no, Ms. Nyandeni, go forward with it. And then I go forward with it. And then I prepare my chart sheet. I prepare my bundles of documents. I serve the official with that. They get their representative trade unions. And then we obviously exchange bundles. I prepare for the hearing. We sit and we argue the case.
Yeah, okay. Yo, Mar, it sounds like at the end of the day, you're trying to get people fired.
Ow, Wabatung, why are you sounding like everyone now?
Yeah, it's sounding like...
No, like I try to just, see every point and really just get to the bottom of things. But I mean, when it comes to financial misconduct, it's really difficult to just let that one slide,
Yes, absolutely.
But then obviously some cases just don't require formal hearings. It's just an informal hearing whereby we can really just sit down and just find out what's going on. And in most cases, those are handled by the supervisors of the official. I just have to be there to make sure that all processes are followed properly.
So
procedural fairness, and no one is hitting someone and chairs have been thrown, and also just guide them as to how they need to go about that. But we really just, discipline is a corrective measure in any manner. So it's not like we're trying to get you fired or anything like that. I normally say in isiZulu that, ikwekwe, kwekwe is a bracket.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to push it back inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I normally say.
Yeah.
It's called ikwekwe.
Yeah. And, you said that you are really having a good time at work in this role. It's nice and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that, it also has its challenges.
Yes.
And so what are some of the challenges that you've encountered in this specific role?
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes people think that you are actually after them. The minute they see you, I'm just doing my job at home. I'm just a girl who's just trying to do her job, and just trying to build her career. I'm really not after anyone. I remember I had a hearing not so long ago, and they were really convinced that I had a personal agenda with the official. And I'm just like, but I'm not going to allow us to lose our case, most cases, or in most times, trade unions are actually like they're adults and they're men. I've never had an encounter whereby I was in a one-on-one with a female. It's always with males. So I'm a young female, and some of them might come with an agenda of I can never answer to a female. I can never answer to a young person. So then they come with that perspective, and it just becomes a whole personal attack, of which I'm just like, we're just here to work, just see me as someone who's employed by the department, and you're just here to represent your person, Let's not now attack each other with the fact that you are a young person, you've got personal agendas with my clients here. Like, no, I'm just doing my job, So the most challenges are just being seen as this little ant who's just trying to do something, and they're really not sure what they're doing, And they tell you in your face, like, I don't think you know what you're doing.
No.
And it's just like, but this, like, it's just all here. It's literally all here. And they're just so difficult. They can see that you're actually proving a point and you are very right. But then they'll still try and convince bully you into thinking that you don't know what you're actually doing, whereas you do know what you're actually doing. So those are the challenges.
And how's the environment at government?
The government is very bold. You know what? In this case, it's very healthy. In this case, just in general, Are
there other young people?
Yes. I have a colleague who's a year older than myself. She's 29. And yeah.
Hectic. So now the only difference is that there's one other person who's here. You know what? A win is a win. You're like, and that's about it. We'll take it. A win is a win. It's fine. Like, one other person.
You know what?
So everyone is opa still.
Not opa. They mature. They are in your 40s.
Like me, so like mature. Like, why are you laughing? I'm mature. Why are you dying? Are you laughing that I think I'm mature?
Should I be honest? Are you?
You know what? For the most part, unfortunately, you know that that side to me that comes across as not serious. I'm very.
It keeps you sane.
Yeah, like I'm very respected in the communities within which I operate.
Yeah, no, you are.
I'm a very serious person and mature. And fun, and fun.
No, definitely. I mean, we believe in you.
Yeah.
We believe in
Thank
you.
you.
We really do.
I mean, you wouldn't have really asked a cartoon to mentor you. Anyway, where to from now, actually? Are you interested in, studying your LLB, whether it's, long distance? I'm assuming at this point in your career it would have to be long distance studies.
Yeah.
Do you have an interest at all in becoming an attorney? I mean, I'm really just asking because you're very invested in this platform, and you've listened to every single episode.
This is, I don't know,
77 or however many, probably now 85 of them out there. You've listened to all of them, and for the most part, you've really been one of the founding fathers of Sister Law. You've been here for quite some time, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Are you inspired at all by
Yes.
I mean, you are in the legal profession, but are you inspired to study your LLB or any other course, actually?
I'm actually studying my Bcom Law.
Oh, lovely.
We finalized registration, I think, this week. So I think we've started.
Oh, you were telling me, Mus. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like you're not serious.
Why?
I don't know, because we're talking. Okay, I think the problem is that you and I talk about 7 different things
At the same
on
time.
7 different platforms. Okay,
and I was
do
very
remember you were telling
serious.
me about. But wasn't it you had to choose between something and something? What? There was a choice that you needed to make. Was it the actual institution or what?
No. I needed to choose my modules. Or was it the Ellipse program?
Okay,
I don't remember. I don't remember, but I did
so
that.
When are you studying and with which institution?
I'm studying Bcom Law with UNISA.
Have you already started?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've registered. I think we've started because they said I need to check my studying material.
You think?
I mean, they sent that email yesterday. I did not check it today. I'll check it on Monday.
But now is July.
The second semester.
This is the start of second semester,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay, and how many modules?
I took 5 for this semester.
Okay. And so what is now this is an interview. What is your 5-year plan? I just want to know when you come back to the show in 5 years' time, like what are you, I mean, you're not studying your LLB because in J, I mean, sorry, your Bcom Law because in J, like, you know, there's a plan. Where would you like this qualification to take you in your career?
You know what? This is going to be very interesting. I don't have a vision board. I had a vision board, and the dream of having a vision board was torn. So, what I am hoping for, as long as, well, I'm just hoping that it's accordance with God's will and purpose for my life, is for me to obtain my qualification. And I'd really like to have like a consultation firm sort of. I don't see myself in government for a long period of time. But obviously prior to that, I'd really love to get experience in like a law firm before actually merging into consulting and so whatnot. So for now, I'm just praying for God to really just show me exactly what is correct. Because this qualification, I did not choose law. It's quite evident that honestly, God really just placed me here. So for me to now actually be like, this is what I want, he's just like, my girl, but I actually placed it here and I know exactly where you need to be and how far I need to take you. So it's just a matter of praying and really discerning and seeing that, you know what, this is what he requires from me. This is where I need to be at. This is where I need to go. And, you know, with everything, man, with regards to my career, it just happens. He literally just places something and I just have to step on it and then he just opens a door. I didn't have to fight for anything thus far, like with regards to my career. So that's why I'm like, if he says, okay, Nompilo, we're taking left, we're going to take left. He says, Nompilo, we're taking right, we're going to take right. So I don't have,
calming. Yes.
Really? Yeah.
I almost said it's so relieving. And I don't know if that's a word.
I think it is. Relieving. Yeah. I don't have the pressure to try and figure things out.
Yes.
I honestly don't.
I'm laughing at you saying vision board, what? So I'm very big on vision board, but also equally big on journaling. So the vision board will be like a miniature version of my journaling, right? And last year I had almost everything so down to the T. My 1 year plan.
I win.
This year, my vision board this year is on top of
the one from last year.
one. But now, because I stick it in my cupboard, I stick it on where I open every day, which is the cupboard, because I'm getting clothes every day, right? So now, this year's vision board fell over because I kept both, one at the top, one at the bottom. So this year's one fell over and now it's closing last year's one.
Yeah.
So now every time I open the cupboard, I don't know, I'm not just lifting it back up and sticking. I just know that I don't want that pressure.
Excuse me.
And for the most part, I've really just been, God, guide me, please. For the most part of this year, it was beautiful. I put a vision board together, whatever. I know I left the finances space blank. And I'm wondering, is that why, my finances are so dismal this year because I don't have a plan? But obviously, they keeps on being, the bundles are gone. They keeps on being your provision, your curbs on. It keeps on being provision, right?
Yeah.
But I really am feeling your, what you just said now, your Jeremiah 29:11.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just okay to not have a plan, man.
Yes.
Just rely on the plans that God knows He has for you.
That's true.
So I just see, I'm already in July. That thing fell second week of January.
See? See? And you've literally been doing so well.
And I've been doing I know I've been doing the things that I say that I've put there, except 30 minutes non-negotiable walk every day. That's the only. I've done the most, but except the the exercise part is also dribbling me. Oh, God.
Is it? Wow, that's shocking. Whoa, I'm so shocked.
I
Really?
remember when I said, please be my accountability partner, and I
Oh,
didn't
you
answer
did?
your calls for the
Oh
whole
my
week.
days.
You were trying
Did
to
you
make me
now?
work out. I was
Oh
like,
no, you did not answer. I'm so shocked.
there was the one day where I looked at the phone. I'm like, it's
I
7
can't
o'clock. I'm on the
believe you.
streets. There's no way.
I can't believe it. I'd literally call you.
You were like,
I'd
at
literally
some point,
call
you're like,
you.
Mama, what's going on? We said
Honestly.
we were working out. I was like, yeah.
And then you'll come back and you'll complain.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
I love that this is not about me. We're still interviewing you right
Okay,
now,
fine.
so-
You fine.
Okay,
I'll
an
forgive you.
accountability partner. But yeah, I love that. And yeah, like I was saying, it's
Yeah.
just okay to not have a plan.
No, I honestly, not for me now. It's just I also used to have a plan. Till
Also,
I
you're
just
like the big planner at work. Like,
yes. Like, I mean, at work, obviously, I need to plan my day-to-day tasks. But with regards to my life, I've dedicated and devoted my whole life to God. You know, I've literally lost and gave everything to Him. And also, who am I to try and figure out my own life when He feeds the birds? I don't even know how they even eat. He literally created the sun and the moon till today.
So
the
now you want to come with your little
I want to
plans.
come with my little plans. The sun knows when it needs to rise, when it needs to go down. Literally,
yeah,
creation till this day
has
obeys
Yeah.
His instruction. He literally
you can do the
created by
same.
just saying, "Let there be."
you can.
And then Nompilo Nyandeni, who was created actually on the sixth day, the last thing that he created, will come and say, God,
what I wanna do.
I want to merc.
And
This is what I want.
vision.
This is my vision. Da, 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 da.
God. That's why He made it fall. Okay, God. Thanks, God. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
yeah.
in the few minutes that we have left, I can't believe we're already at that time where I
Really?
need to.
Oh,
Oh,
I know that
don't you
felt
have a-
very
don't you have a plane to
short.
catch? Go back home, Joe. You've done
No,
what
one
you
thing
came
I've
here to
ever-
do. Thanks.
Say this in October as well.
Yo,
I'm waiting for you.
don't worry. I said that we're not talking about me today.
Okay.
In closing,
Yes.
is there anything that you'd like to share on this platform that I haven't asked you? And, you just now, you can take advantage of the fact that I have 24,000 Instagram followers, 87,000 listeners on the podcast. Just, do you want any of those 83,000 listeners to hear something profound from you?
Profound.
Or
Wow.
rather, just any guidance that you can give a student. Maybe it can even be taken from what would today's Nompilo say to the 18-year-old
Yeah,
Nompilo. Yeah,
yeah.
maybe that's how we can tackle that question.
Yeah. You know what? The phrase "you never stop learning" has become so loose that we just like, oh, you never stop learning, or it's just become something that's so cliche. But it's so true. You never stop learning. I recently applied at a program called Emerging Leaders in the Public Service. And we were told that there were about 1,000 applications that actually received, and they only could pick 100 throughout the country. And I'm part of those people that actually...
You're part of the 100.
yeah, I'm part of the 100.
Congratulations.
Thanks. So
Emerging
I'm
leaders
quite
in the public
emerging
service.
leaders in the public
How did
service.
you apply for that? Well, now that we'll come back to How did you apply for that? Just for someone who's listening and they're like, what's this?
What's that?
And
yeah.
what do you need?
Yeah.
What makes you in the public service? What do you need?
Yeah. So you obviously need to be employed,
By municipality or government?
no, just government departments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I told you there's a difference. Exactly.
One other
Please,
one
Baton.
other younger person, yes,
no,
that's the big difference.
You just need to be there at a department. My aunt said me this actually.
Oh, I love your aunt.
No. One thing
I
about
know,
her, she's like my
on the
mom.
ball. Yeah, she's on the
my
ball.
mom was
Love
also
it.
like, so
Yeah.
she's also like that. And then she was like, apply. And when I saw the process, it was just so long. I was like, oh, wabatung. Why? So
What did you say? Government
tedious.
stuff, J73, J what?
Z83.
Z. I don't even know. Okay, J is for like criminal cases, if I remember. You know what? Let me just stop.
You know what? Just stop trolling. One thing about you,
Okay.
anyway.
Okay, so
No.
the application was quite long.
Yeah, it was quite long. And then I think it was 2 days before it actually was about to close. And I was like, actually, let me do this. I needed to motivate and so whatnot. And I'm just like, oh,
DNA sample.
nah, my name is Nompilo Nyandeni. Just see my work. If you're not motivated, if you don't see that, oh, why do I need to tell you now I am this? I just feel like, ish, you
You're
know?
just like, yeah.
I was just like, but I did it anyway. And then I remember I was called and then I was told that I'm actually shortlisted for. I had forgotten about it. And then like, hey, Miss Nyandeni. I'm like, oh,
That's
this.
lovely.
And this is where now they needed to like for us to see
So
who
did
can
you then
actually.
go to an interview?
It was like a little small Nyana interview, you know. And then that's when they actually selected the 100. And I was actually part of the 100. In KZN, only 4 of us were actually selected to be part of the program. And then you obviously have your Gauteng, you know, all 9 provinces.
And so what are the themes under this program?
It's self-development, leadership within the public service, just self-awareness. And I think it's how to be a leader, man, you know? Because what the DG had said was that it's obvious for young people under 35. So we have 100
So
35-year-olds.
That would be me. Huh? Yeah, you said under 35. I'm under.
Okay.
I'm just old, but I'm under 35. I'm still youth, guys. Please.
Yo. Actually, now that you actually mention it, please relax. You. Anyway, it's not about you.
You said you said under 35, then you looked at me like, not you. So I was just like, no, sweetie.
Sometimes I just
Fountain of
see
youth right here.
as this adult.
As municipal.
Just leave the municipal people alone. Just leave them alone.
I'm an adult, but I'm a young adult.
Okay, guys. Anyway, 35-year-old.
Okay, all right. So us. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Us.
Yeah.
Yes, us.
Yeah.
So you need to they need to see that you've got potential to be a leader within the public service, to be very honest.
So baboni wena.
Hey, abathong.
Okay, all right.
So they sought Norman, and when I had applied, I was actually acting as an assistant director. Oh yeah, there's that. I acted as an assistant director. So they sought me, and this young little
And
girl
how was that stint? Was you acting on point?
It was.
That's good.
That's good. Girl, I held that section on lockdown.
Okay, that's
like
good.
to date, like when my supervisor needs something, he still asks me to perform those duties. Good now, I just
I love that.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
great.
to date, so I held it down. And I was supervising a lady who was just about to retire, and one who's in his 40 what. And right now I've got an intern that I'm supervising. Oh, shame, that young little boy. Yeah, so I'm quite.
You're the boss lady now.
Anyway, no, boss lady.
Okay.
So they need to see that you've got potential to actually be a good leader in the public service in whatever capacity. And then, today we actually had a session. On my way here, I was actually in this session whereby it was an assessment feedback more than anything and just preparing us for the task that's actually ahead of us. It's a 6 months program and we'll graduate at the end.
Okay, love that.
So most people would actually see that and they'd be like, it's actually a mouthful. Actually, and I'm realizing it's, I actually put myself in a situation here.
Yeah,
because
where was I going?
being peak, because now there's school as well and work. So you just never stop learning.
Yeah.
You never stop learning.
So in like closing, today's Nompilo is saying what to the 18-year-old?
So the 18-year-old Nompilo, what grade are they doing? Was I in tertiary?
Probably matric or first year.
Oh, in matric.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Aw, probably.
Yeah, okay. Yes, what would you say to your matric self?
I'd say, hi, baby. You know what? I'd tell her, oh, that's actually deep. I'm a crier, but anyway, okay. I'd actually tell her that, you know what? You got this, man. You know, you are intelligent. You don't necessarily have to look at the next person and see yourself the way that the next person actually sees or perceives you. You have your own identity in Christ. He created you for a purpose. He knew you before you were even formed in your mother's womb when she was 16 years old. So whatever anyone has to say about you will not determine where you are actually going. So just
Love it.
put down the measuring line, you know, and just push forward.
I love it. I hope
Literally.
she's listening.
Thank
Thank you so much
she has
for
to.
honoring today's invitation.
Thank you for
It was
having
so
me.
beautiful having you.
Thank you.
For a very brief, I feel like
it's 5 seconds.
I feel like you just need to come back to Joburg for a weekend, or I must just come to KZN for a weekend.
Say that loud.
We must make it happen.
Say that loud.
Yeah, I'll come for the Durban workshop.
Yes. You actually put
Nobody
that.
hold me to that.
No, I will.
Okay, fine.
Thanks.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, you know what to do. Share with your friends and your loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I know a lot of you be watching and not subscribing. Please subscribe. Please. Yo, we're out of time.
Guys, please subscribe.
And then follow the podcast as well on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. And if you're listening on Apple Podcast, please, I asked you guys in the last episode and the episode before that, please just drop a nice review. If you enjoyed Nompilo's story, say something so we know that you're connecting with us.
Aww.
Until next time, goodbye and stay safe.